Money FM 89.3, best of breakfast. Mind your business, only on Money FM 89.3.
Thanks for joining us on The Breakfast Show. Audrey Seek here with you, helping to mind your business. When you think of infrastructure, you probably imagine concrete, cranes, and construction. But here's the paradox. Even with all of our digital dashboards, analytics, and project management tools, 9 out of 10 megaprojects around the world still miss their targets. A 2024 report by FIDIC and EY found that cost overruns and delays remain the norm, not the exception, despite billions poured into digital transformation. So why is it that with all of the data and technology that we have, we still struggle to deliver on time and on budget? And how could AI finally change that story, not just in theory, but in practice? Joining us today is someone who's been right in the thick of it, Muriel Demarcus, CEO of Marsham Edge, a Singapore-based consultancy helping global companies use AI and smart technologies to solve real operational challenges. And it's great to have you on, Muriel. Thank you for joining us and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Audrey.
It's wonderful to have you. So let's start with the big picture here, Muriel. 9 out of 10 mega projects still miss their deadlines or budgets. Why is this still happening? What's missing in how we plan and execute these massive projects?
Well, that's a big question, isn't it? And honestly, the answer is quite simple. We haven't really changed how we make decisions, so we still think the same way. So we've digitized our paperwork, but not our thinking. There is still too much reliance on instinct, gut feeling, and too little on data. Too many silos as well, too much reactivity as opposed to anticipating. Projects are incredibly complex, and without connecting the dots, like the people, the system, the communities, the data, we'll keep repeating the same mistakes, digitalization or not.
Okay, so we have seen AI already transforming industries like finance and healthcare, but construction and infrastructure is really still lagging behind, right?
Yeah, that's right. I think it's part of the culture. And construction is a world that's built on experience and caution. And that's a good thing, obviously, when safety is at stake. But it also means that change happens slowly. And the tools, they already exist. You've mentioned it with finance and other industry. We already have the tools. But the mindset hasn't really caught up in construction. And AI is not meant to replace engineers. It's meant to augment them, to improve their work. It's meant to help them make better, faster, and safer decisions. So in short, in construction, the gap isn't really in technology. The technology is already there. It's in confidence, understanding, and really integrating all the tools.
Okay, so let's talk about this gap, between having all of this tech and actually using it and using it well. Where do most companies go wrong in their approach to AI? And on the flip side, where do you see AI making a real difference today in infrastructure?
Oh, excellent question. So most companies see AI as an IT project. They start with technology and they don't start with the strategy. And as a result, they often fail. So they buy the tools, if you want, before they define the problem that they are trying to solve. At Marsham Edge, the consultancy I'm working with, we flip that. We start with the pain points, like delays, cost overruns, inefficiencies, and then we map where AI can create value with existing and proven tools. The biggest impact we're seeing right now, predictive analytics for project delays and maintenance. So it's about predicting when something is going to fail so that you don't have, emergency repairs and stuff like that. Dynamic scheduling that adjusts in real time. And with dynamic scheduling as well, when you want to accelerate a program, you can test, thousands of scenarios as opposed to only a few if you do it manually. And intelligent risk management that spots red flags before they escalate. That's another good one, but there are plenty of other ones. AI can be a game changer for safety as well, with fatigue management on helmets and things like that. But done properly, AI can deliver real, tangible value.
Okay. So for those who haven't heard of Marsham Edge, can you tell us a little bit more about what you guys do? What makes you guys different from your typical tech or software firm?
Well, in short, we have the scars. We've done it before. After 3 decades leading infrastructure mega projects around the world, I worked on the Paris Metro, on the Sydney Metro, and on the London Metro.
Wow.
I realized that we keep talking about digital transformation, but on the ground, things don't really change. And I really wanted to fix that. So I took the leap and I upskilled in AI in Singapore and decided to try to bring the two worlds together. Engineering and artificial intelligence. I'm trying to be a bridge between the two. Singapore is obviously the perfect place to do it. It's dynamic, it's forward thinking, and it's right at the heart of Asia's infrastructure growth. And I find it easier to find the right data as well because there is this mindset of, putting everything into databases. When I moved from Australia here, at the start of the year, I could really feel the ambition. So it's where the ideas became real, really.
Okay, very interesting. So let's bring this to life because what you do sounds extremely hands-on. How do you help companies decide where AI makes the most impact? Is it about embedding with teams or reworking the whole process or building internal capability?
So let me just start by saying that most executives know they should use AI, but they just don't know where it matters most. So we start by mapping the business or the project landscape where time, cost, or risk leak away. And we try to find the pain points, right? And then we use data to try to see where AI can have the biggest return. So it's really, we tackle the top priorities and that's it. It can be forecasting delays, optimizing resources, improving procurement efficiencies, but it's very practical and collaborative. We've built a library of thousands of existing use cases where it's been done before, so we're not reinventing the wheel. We're sort of doing it, on specific pain points. So we try to make AI less intimidating by showing clear value quickly, and we don't we don't use jargon at all.
Oh, fantastic. That would make you perfect for the show. And when it comes to, the use cases that you talked about, I understand you've already helped clients achieve some impressive outcomes like cutting 2 years off a 10-year government infrastructure program, reducing factory downtime by 70%. Can you maybe walk us through how AI was applied in these cases and what the results looked like?
Well, in the case of scheduling, it's really easy because when you do scheduling with schedulers in a manual way, if you want, you only test, say, a couple of scenarios. Whereas if you use the right AI tool, you are able to test thousands of scenarios. And as a result, you're going to optimize your schedule and save time. It's going to give you the best option. In fact, on the project I worked with, where we reduced the time frame, we had a team of, a few schedulers, and they told me at the end of the process, with AI, we found a solution that even us could not imagine before, right? So AI enhances people's ideas, bring them together, and gives you a scenario that you hadn't thought of. So that's, in my view, a great example of practical application of AI. And best of all, Audrey, it only took a few days as opposed to a few weeks or even months to sort of reschedule everything.
Yeah, really speeding up the process. Well, I do want to turn to your personal journey for a moment, Muriel, because it is a really inspiring one. And we do have a lot of entrepreneurs listening as well. McKinsey reports that women make up less than 16% of senior leaders in industrial and infrastructure sectors. And you launched Marsham Edge in your 50s in one of the toughest, most male-dominated industries out there. What has this journey been like for you, building credibility and influence as a woman founder, no less, in this space?
Honestly, it's been tough, but it's also been incredibly rewarding. The problem with being a woman is that there is a lot of skepticism, especially in your 50s and starting a tech company in construction. But I would say that experience is my superpower. I've already worked on multi-billion-dollar projects. I understand the pressures leaders face. And the credibility of, having worked on so many high-profile projects, it opens doors. And once people see the outcome, for instance, schedule analysis, the gender and age, they become completely irrelevant. So for me, it's about showing what's possible when you combine experience, data, and courage as well. And I'm not going to lie, it's scary, but I absolutely love it.
All right. So what advice would you give to, others, especially women who want to be the change in their own industries?
Well, the advice I would give, is like there's never a perfect time. And if you want to do it, just go for it. Don't wait for the stars to be aligned. Just try your luck and do it.
Just do it. And finally, looking back on everything that you've built and what you've done from leading global projects to launching your own company, what's been the most rewarding part of it all?
The most rewarding part of it all was for me to open, the first driverless train line in Paris. That was a massive achievement, line 14. That was a while back. And I think I carried that with me, on all my projects. And it's a sense of having delivered something, be able to see and touch what we deliver on a project that I like. And with AI, we can do it better, faster, and safer, in my view.
All right. Well, your story, Muriel, reminds us that innovation isn't just about technology. It's about mindset, courage, and creating real change where it matters most. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day, all.
You too. That was Muriel Demarcus, CEO of Marsham Edge, and you're listening to Money FM 89.3.
Money FM 89.3.